All ports around and around. Welcome to you. Welcome to the first time for a good long while, a wet Wednesday, which is not happened for a while for us. As you're joining, if I can ask you to tap your screen and mute your microphone if you know how to do that. So simply tap the screen and you'll see there's a microphone and it'll go red with a line through it when you manage to mute yourself. So tap the screen and you can mute your mic, and that will make it much, much easier for Laura when she's giving her presentation. So welcome. As I say, it is a wet Wednesday for a change. So what better on a wet Wednesday to have some lovely warm sunshine into your house, from Laura from NCL Cruises. NCL is a cruise line. I've cruised on myself. I'll probably talk to you a little bit about that at the end of Laura's session, but I am a fan, I have to say. In fact, I've cruised twice on NCL, and they've been spectacular. So Laura's going to talk all things NCL to you this morning about, you know, what destinations they go to, and equally and important in this modern day we live in, what protocols around health and safety, COVID, all that sort of thing. So hopefully at the end of the session, you'll be fully genned up on everything to do with it, and why NCL are slightly different to other cruise lines. As usual, if you've joined one of these before, you know I always say this session is run for you. So it's really, really important. If you don't get any question answered by Laura that you want answering, please, again, tap your screen and ask a question in the chat. If she hasn't mentioned something that you want answered, again, tap the screen. And what I'll do, I'll pick up all the questions at the end, and we'll make sure that you leave the session at the end of the day having every question answered that you might want to know. Because, as I say, these sessions are run for you and nobody else, really. So without further ado, I will pass you over to the whirlwind that is Laura Croft, who is a huge NCL advocate and knows the stuff inside out and back to front. So I know it's going to be an enjoyable session, this one. So Laura, over to you.
Lovely. Thanks, Miles, for that. And hi, everybody. Hope everyone is well. Now, you might have rain, Miles, but I've actually got lovely sunshine out there on a Wednesday. So like you said, I have brought the sunshine with me today. And we've got a lovely bank holiday coming up as well. So yeah, really, really excited to join all of you to talk to you about NCL, Norwegian Cruise Line. And like Miles said, really sort of talking to you about why we're different to some of the other cruise lines out there. And just really give you a good insight as to what you can expect from cruising with NCL. So what I am going to do is I am going to take myself off video just because I don't want to distract you. I want you to really enjoy the presentation. And then, yeah, and if you've got any questions, let's go through those at the end. What I will also ask, if you don't mind, is to put your volume on your computers. So put your volume up, because I've got some amazing videos that I want to show you. And Miles, if you can't hear the videos, please do come on and let me know. We have tested them this morning and all seems well, but I want to make sure that everybody gets the best view and the best sound possible. Thank you.
I most definitely will, don't worry.
Lovely, thank you very much. Right, let's go. So welcome on board, everyone. Like I say, I am Laura from NCL, and what I will now do is start the presentation. So like I say, NCL, why we're different to some of the other cruise lines out there. I'm going to talk to you about some of the destinations that we are traveling to. I will talk to you about the accommodation, so what our cabin choices are. Something quite close to my heart is the dining. I want to talk to you about all the amazing dining options that we have on board our fleet. Some of the onboard activities and amenities that you can find on NCL, but something really, really exciting will be the entertainment as well. Now, I've traveled on a lot of different cruise lines, and I must admit the entertainment on board NCL, and I'm sure Miles will agree, is outstanding. So I'm really excited to be able to really show you what our entertainment is like on board. So discovering NCL. So some of you may be aware, but we've been going around for quite a number of years now. We are what we class as the real innovator of cruise. You know, we've been in the cruise industry now for over 53 years. So we've got some amazing experiences, and we really do class ourselves as a real innovator, bringing new experiences to the cruise industry. We are the world's third largest cruise company, and we include Regent Seven Seas and Oceania within that. They are our sister brands. We all have our head office in Southampton, all three of us, and we are, as I say, classed as the world's third largest cruise company. Now, we brought, as I say, a few initiatives to the cruise industry. So we were the first to introduce and launch solo cabins with no single supplements. I'm going to be covering those later on in the presentation. We were the first to offer Caribbean cruises. We were the first to have our very own private island, Great Stirrup Cay in the Bahamas. We were the first cruise line to have a children's club at sea back in 1980. We were the first to have internet at sea. And we were the first to launch a supersized cruise ship. So we're quite proud of that. You know, as I say, we've brought some really exciting new initiatives, and we absolutely pride ourselves as being the innovator of cruise. So we've had a year of very, very uncertain times, but we're ready, we're set, and we're back. And we are cruising this summer, and we are so excited to be able to launch with you NCL for this year on selected sailings that I'll cover with you later. But hopefully this will give you a real insight as to what NCL is all about.
Pull back the shades on a blue sky sunny day. Watch all the worries of the world just sail away. An ocean, keep your heart wide open. I'm too busy feeling this free. Hey, 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 come on and celebrate. Hey, 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 it feels so good, go ahead. Hey, 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 don't let a moment slip away. Big time, so let's go. Let's go. Open your eyes and free your soul. You picked the perfect time, so let's go. Let's go. Taking a breeze with the magic kind of view. All that you need is right in front of you. So much to see, so much to do. I'm too busy feeling this free. Hey, 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 don't let a moment slip away. Hey, 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 it feels so good, go ahead and open your eyes and free your soul. You picked the perfect time, so let's go, let's go. Let's go.
Wow, I hope you agree. I mean, it is very much who NCL is, and it's feel free. And as I say, I'll be covering more about why we're different as we go through. But absolutely, we are very much what we call a freestyle cruise line. You know, it's no timetable. You don't have a timetable to follow on board NCL. You holiday the way you want to holiday. We really class ourselves as a resort, but at sea. And like I say, we'll cover that as we go through the presentation. Now, you know, we have had a year of very, very uncertain times. And, you know, when we are going to be back sailing again, I want to ensure and I want to show you that you will absolutely be taken care of on board every single one of our ships. And we're rolling out a comprehensive set of health and safety protocols that we are rolling out to every single one of our 17 ships, from ship to shore. And we're continually evaluating and enhancing these protocols to make sure that, you know, all public health standards are set and are there. So you can see there on the screen that we have got mandatory vaccination requirements for all guests and crew on sailings. So we are asking that we ensure that every guest must have both vaccines to travel on board NCL. We have upgraded medical grade air filters, enhanced medical services and more on board our ships. And we will operate a safety ashore program. So making sure that even when you are visiting the ports of call, that we work with the port authorities to ensure that the safety is joined up, and that we are making sure that everything is aligned with on board and ashore. So what does that look like? So as I say, we have mandatory vaccinations on the initial voyages. There will be universal testing and pre-embarkation protocols as well. So temperature checks across the ship. Obviously, there will be the socially responsible check-in as well. Face coverings will need to be worn on board, but in the public areas and as you walk around the ship, not in the restaurants or bars when you're sat down having a drink or a meal. We are controlling guest capacity as well. So we are, as I say, launched a few sailings for 2021 from July onwards this year. And some of these sailings are going to be at a controlled guest capacity of 60%. So be rest assured that, you know, there will be less people on board, giving you that social distancing that we are so used to now. There will be contactless food services ship-wide. So like in the buffet restaurant, when you're taking your tray and your plate around and you're choosing what you fancy to eat, you can still do that, but there will be a member of staff to serve the food to you rather than you help yourself. So the buffet restaurant is still open and running as usual. And of course, hand sanitation will be at hand everywhere. I mentioned about the safety on board our ship. So we've got upgraded air filtration. So we're strategically installing medical grade air filters of the highest filtration grade, capable of removing 99.9% of airborne pathogens. So you can rest assured we have the air filters all across the ship. And like you can see there, without me going into each one, as well, you know, we have dedicated public health officer on board that will oversee the day-to-day sanitations. And I mentioned safety ashore. So at the moment, for the sailings that we have in 2021, you can go ashore, but you will need to take our shore excursions again to ensure that you have the safety at shore as well as on board. So that's the health and safety. I hope that does fill you with some more confidence that you will be looked after on board NCL, and we can't wait to welcome you on board as soon as we can. So moving on to NCL again, and why we're different, and really where we go and what we do. So it is all about cruising the world, and we are literally working our way around the world. We have 17 ships in total within our fleet. We have another 4 ships on order coming next year. We cover 122 different countries, and we visit over 300 different ports of call. And you can see some of the amazing destinations that we go to. Obviously, we have Europe, where we have 8 ships based in Europe. We go to places like Alaska. We were the first cruise line to have a ship based in Alaska. And it's gone so well for us that we've now got another 2 ships in Alaska. Hawaii, Antarctica, Bermuda, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, and we've now introduced Africa as well, and Bali. So, you know, some of these amazing destinations that people didn't expect NCL to travel to. And we are now open for bookings for up to 2024. I don't know about you, I can't think that far ahead, but people are, and people want to be booking holidays ahead to really have something to look forward to. So one of the destinations that we travel to, and one very, very popular destination, is the Greek Isles. Something quite close to my heart. I absolutely love the Greek Isles. And like I say, very, very popular for us this year and last year. You know, you can enjoy a new port every day of your cruise. It's 7 days in and out of Rome. And you visit places like Mykonos, Santorini, Athens, all of those amazing, buzzing, you know, beautiful destinations that the Greek Isles welcome you to. The ships that we go to the Greek Isles are smaller. So that would be something like one of our Norwegian Spirit ships that's around 2,300 passengers, which is one of our smaller ships. Perfect for the Greek Isles, really, to be able to give you that small ship, intimate feel. We do have a closer to home sailings as well, because I know a lot of you enjoy sailing from Southampton. It's just hassle-free, isn't it? We do have the same. So we have a ship that will go in and out of Southampton, Norwegian Star, and that would be doing Iceland, Reykjavik, Dublin and Belfast as well. And like I say, a beautiful itinerary and hassle-free, couldn't be more convenient to go from Southampton. The Caribbean, one of my favourite destinations. I absolutely love the Caribbean. I was lucky enough to get engaged in the Caribbean. So for me, it's always going to have that little special place for me. And, you know, there's no better way of visiting the Caribbean than on a cruise ship, because you wake up every morning, you open your curtains and you're in these sort of places. It's just stunning. And again, you know, some of the places that you can expect in the Caribbean, we're doing Caribbean sailings this year in and out of Montego Bay in Jamaica. You're visiting places like St. Lucia, Antigua, St. Martin, even down to Belize and, as I say, the Bahamas as well for our private island. Somewhere very, very different is Antarctica. Believe it or not, Antarctica for us has absolutely flown. It's just somewhere very, very different. And we offer cruises to Antarctica, a world beyond your imagination, that's for sure. It's on board Norwegian Star, so again, one of our smaller ships. We're using our smaller ships for the real unique destinations, the real unusual places that you can really get the views and the scenery and everything else that you can take in. You can witness breathtaking icebergs and penguins by the beach from top deck. You imagine being sat up on top deck looking out to see penguins playing around. It's fantastic. And it's 14 days in and out of Buenos Aires in Argentina. So ask Miles Morgan for more information. But, you know, people have been sat at home for over a year. And a lot of people have said to me, Laura, you know, I want to look at where I can go. I want to go somewhere very, very different next time. I want a holiday of a lifetime. Well, Antarctica and places like that would certainly be one of those. And South Africa, I mentioned South Africa earlier, you know, another destination that you wouldn't expect NCL to visit, but you can combine South Africa with a safari, and that for us has been very, very popular. You can come face to face with the white rhinos, elephants, cheetahs, lions on an open game safari, and you can enjoy that with NCL as well, and really enjoy the wild side. We class those as what we call unique voyages and extraordinary voyages. And like I say, people have been sat at home really dreaming of that bucket list destination. This will give you an idea of some of the other amazing destinations that we feature.
We're the believers, the dreamers, the beers, the never giving uppers, the lovers. We are the fire igniters, the triers, the light, the love insiders, the fighters. We are. The livers, the dreamers, the beers, the never giving uppers, the lovers. We are the fire igniters, the triers, the light, the love insiders, the fighters. We are.
Something to inspire, I'm sure. I know it has me. It's certainly some of those places are on my own bucket list, that's for sure. So let's move on to, you know, NCL as a whole, really. We've got over 18 different accommodation choices on most of our ships. We suit all tastes, we suit all budgets. You know, whether that be, as I say, accommodation to suit everyone. And we have our inside cabins. We have our outside cabins with a picture window there. We, of course, have our balcony staterooms as well. And we have our spa suites. So again, all about choice, about flexibility and about budgets and taste. So, you know, it's all there for you to enjoy. One thing that I did want to speak to you about is our studio staterooms. Now, I've been very lucky enough to stay in one of the studio staterooms. And if you are an independent traveller, and you travel alone, these are perfect for you because they are special, they're award-winning, they hold no single supplement, which I don't know about yourselves, but sometimes you can pay near enough double single supplement rates on some other cruise lines and hotels as well. But with NCL, there's no single supplement on the studio staterooms. They're lovely, they're compact, they've got everything you could possibly wish for in them. And you can see there that they are inside cabins, but they do have a window there on the right hand side that is actually a webcam. So it actually is like a camera that you can see out, but it's actually a camera webcam, so you can sort of see out, but it's not a window. So very, very clever. It makes you feel like you do have a view and a window in there. The nice thing about the studio staterooms is they come with their own studio lounge area here. What I love about them is they are really a community, really. You know, if you are traveling alone, you may feel a little bit anxious, you're newly on your own, or you could be a firm, independent traveler that just loves to explore on their own and mix and mingle with other fellow-minded passengers. The beauty of our studio lounge is that it's only exclusive for solo passengers that have booked our studio staterooms. And they're lovely because there's little notice points around. People would put a message on there just to say, hi guys, we're off to dinner at 8 o'clock tonight if anyone would like to join us. Or we may say, I want to go to the theatre to watch Kinky Boots on Thursday if you'd like to join us. A really lovely community, and you're not paying that single supplement on top. We have our Haven by Norwegian. So if you are traveling as a family, or you want to travel as a group, I always say to people, if you imagine Granny and Granddad taking the whole family away on a cruise, NCL is perfect for that. We are very much multi-generational, and we cater for every age group on board our ships. There's something for everyone. And with our Haven suites, they are super deluxe, very, very exclusive, and they're perfect if you are a big family traveling together. They are situated right at the top of the ship, so they have their own key card, so nobody else would be allowed in this area unless you are a Haven guest. They come with their own butler that would be there for you to serve you drinks and canapes if you wanted them in your stateroom. But they're lovely because they come as well with their own Haven restaurant, and they have their own Haven courtyard area as well. So just a very, very exclusive, very private area, but my goodness me, it's absolutely beautiful. Now, something quite close to my heart is food. I'm not going to lie, I do love going out for dinner, and on board NCL, you could literally eat in a different restaurant every evening. Most of our ships, there's over 21 different dining venues and over 17 different bars to choose from. So like I say, it is all about flexible freedom at sea. We class ourselves as having the best dining at sea. We have our own a la carte restaurants. Usually we have 3, one at the front, one at the back, and one in the middle of the ship. We have our 24-hour snack restaurant, where you can literally just turn up whenever you want to and have a bite to eat or a drink. Really nice bar, very much a local pub feel. There's often live music playing in there as well. We have our buffet restaurant, as I mentioned, the Garden Cafe, really lovely, bright, airy restaurant, very informal. They have different theme nights in there that you can help yourself. They have an Indian, Asian cuisine night. They may have a Mexican night, Italian, and they even have an amazing seafood evening where they do the most beautiful seafood arrangements that you can just walk around. But like I say, at the moment, you can still walk around and choose, but there will be members of staff to serve you your food to you. But really lovely little buffet restaurants. And then, of course, with the Haven, we have our Haven restaurants as well. Now, I must touch upon with our dining. So unlike some of the other cruise lines out there, we are, like I say, freestyle cruising, freedom at sea. You eat where you want to eat. You dine where you want to dine, with who and when you want. we don't have any set dining times on board NCL. So you don't have to be down at dinner at 8 o'clock every night, sat with the same people that sometimes you may not like every night. You have that choice, and you can eat, as I say, wherever you want to, with who you want to. And my goodness me, there's a lot of choice of different venues to sample the amazing foods on board. So not only do we have our main restaurants, but we also have our specialty dining restaurants. And these are very, very special. So again, if you're celebrating a big birthday or a special occasion on board, I would absolutely recommend you book your place at one of our specialty dining venues. Teppanyaki is one that I love, and I'm not sure if any of you have ever been lucky enough to experience teppanyaki, but it's an Asian fusion, an Asian cuisine. We call it the show of knives, because literally you can turn up to the restaurant, you have your own grill area, and it's great if you've got a group of you. You have your own chef, and he stands in front of you, and he cooks for you in front of you, and he does it in like a show. It's absolutely fantastic. You know, he'll cook you shrimp, and you know, it's just an amazing experience. And you could be in there for a good few hours, but it's all part of the evening. We have our Cagney Steakhouse, the best steaks at sea, and you can see there, that's along our waterfront. So you could be sat there having a beautiful steak with a lovely glass of red wine, just looking out to sea and just watching the world go by. It's an amazing experience, and they are fantastic steaks in there. Le Bistro, the French restaurants, you literally feel like you're in a lovely little restaurant in Paris in Le Bistro. It's again, speciality. I recommend that you do book your table. You can do that prior, or you can book that when you get on board, and it's off the menu, so it's a la carte, so you would order off the menu for those as well. Ocean Blue, which is our seafood restaurant, and the Onda by Scarpetta, amazing Italian restaurant as well. So you can see the types of restaurants and choices that we offer, and the beauty of our specialty dining is they're small, they're intimate restaurants. If you want something special, I would urge you to definitely book your place. And just in case we are hungry, because we're getting towards lunchtime, I think I'll just show you a little video of how amazing our food is on board.
We love food. We eat, breathe, and sleep food, but mostly just eat it. It's our passion. That's why we feature fresh ingredients, unique flavors, and innovative dishes in all our restaurants. We serve up the best dining experiences at sea. But we don't just care about the food. We care where you eat it, and who you eat it with, and when you eat it, and even who serves it to you. We treat every restaurant like a work of art, carefully selecting every detail to create an experience that enhances everything: how you share, how you feel, how things taste. So dine on the waterfront, or poolside, dress up, dress down, or dress way down. Unroll your napkin, grab your chopsticks, or go all in. Dine when you want, where you want, with whoever you want. It's your vacation after all. So come aboard a Norwegian ship to enjoy the most dining experiences at sea.
Well, if you weren't hungry, I'm sure you are now. I know my tummy's rumbling. And I think that the video touched upon the fact that, you know, with NCL, there is no dress code. Okay, so when I say no dress code, we have no formal nights on board NCL. So you don't have to dress up in a black tie, or ladies, you don't have to put a posh frock on, but you can if you want to. There's no dress code that you need to follow. And that's lovely, because again, it gives you that feeling of very relaxed feel on board. Don't get me wrong, you couldn't turn up to dinner in shorts. You know, there is still a dress code in a sense, but just no formal nights on board. And it really does give you that resort feel, that very sort of relaxed resort style casual feel. It's really, really lovely. I mentioned as well that NCL is a multi-generational cruise line. You know, we do cater for the whole family. We've got some ships that are very geared up for families with children, teenagers. You know, some of them have got aqua parks on board. Some have got the go-kart tracks, the walk, the plank. And then we have our ships that are more geared up for adults. You know, there's no aqua parks on board some of our ships. It's purely just deck space and what I class as real traditional cruise line feel. So we cater for the whole family on board NCL. So like I say, for the families amongst you, we do have our complimentary youth and teen programs. There is kids clubs on board that can cater for different ages of children. I can give those ages to you if you need me to, no problem. We have aqua parks on board. We have our go-kart track on top deck of a couple of our ships as well. We have bowling alleys as well on some of our ships. There's something quite surreal, Miles, about being on the top deck of a cruise ship, and that is in a go-kart. It's a crazy, crazy feel, and I loved it. And like I say, we do have that facility on some of our ships, but not all of them. And I mentioned couples. NCL is perfect for couple time. You know, we have got really nice ships that have got hot tubs and deck space and just very quiet adult only areas, H2O, which would be a really nice place to go and just have that adult time. You know, we have our specialty restaurants that have got a lot of tables for two as well. And, you know, some of the ships, as I say, like Norwegian Spirit and Norwegian Star, are very much geared up for, you know, adults and couples as well. And we do have the most amazing Mandara spas on board our ships, where you can go and have a really lovely treatment and enjoy the facilities as well. Entertainment that rocks the mic, and it absolutely does. And if you're anything like me, I absolutely love going to the theatre. I've really missed going to see a show. All of our ships and all of our entertainment is straight from Broadway. You know, all of the shows that we operate are of a very, very high standard, and they're all very well known. You can expect to see shows like Kinky Boots on Norwegian Encore. We even had the Jersey Boys on board, the real Jersey Boys, doing a 3-hour show. I mean, oh my goodness me, it was amazing. We have Burn the Floor dance tribute acts, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert drag acts. You know, we are catering for all different types of entertainment. We are award winning. We even have a cavern club on board most of our ships, where we have a Beatles tribute band that go in and absolutely rock the cavern club. I mean, it was an amazing experience. I was lucky enough to enjoy the cavern club, and I was in there all evening. It was really, really good. We also have dinner shows as well. So you can see there that we have things like Cirque Dreams. So you imagine having dinner and you can literally be sat there and you've got acrobats going on all around you. What I class as real immersive experience, immersive dining, having dinner and watching a show at the same time. It does hold a supplement and you will need to pre-book it, but you will absolutely love it. And it's just a really nice opportunity to really have that intimate dining show. And there's Kinky Boots on board Norwegian Encore. That was a fantastic show. I mean, if you've never seen Kinky Boots, it was just exactly as you would imagine. It was a really, really good one. And just because I'm feeling nice and I want you to really enjoy our entertainment, I've got a quick video to show you of what you can expect.
They're headed live. Welcome to the show, to the history mix. Switching up the flow as we add the prefix. Everybody knows that we used to be 6 wives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Every time I show that video, and I've shown it quite a lot, my foot just does not stop tapping. I absolutely love it, and I'm sure you're all the same. You know, it really does get your foot tapping and you're dancing in your chair, and yeah, and I really believe that video really does show how amazing our entertainment is on board NCL. So NCL, we offer what's called Free at Sea. Back a year and a half ago now, we were an all-inclusive cruise company. But what we've done is we've listened to our customers, and we've realised that sometimes not everybody wants to have everything included. So what we've done now is introduce Free at Sea and allow you as our customers the chance to pick 2 packages that really is important for you to include in your holiday. So with Free at Sea, you can pay as little as £99 per person. That's based on a 7 to 9 day cruise, and you get to choose 2 of these packages. So we have the open bar. Now the open bar would be any drink that you can possibly think of. That could be alcoholic, so that could be all your spirits like Bombay Sapphire Gin, Grey Goose Vodka, your decent branded spirits. Cocktails, mocktails, soft drinks, sodas, beers, wines, everything will fall within that open bar. Now, if you were to purchase the open bar on board as a package, that would cost you $693. But with NCL, if you pay the £99 to upgrade, you can choose that one just for the £99. It's a crazy value for money. Or if you're a foodie like me, you can choose the speciality dining package, where you will get 2 evenings worth of speciality dining in the restaurants that I mentioned earlier. Or if you're an explorer and you love to get off at every single port of call and really enjoy the culture, you could take the shore excursion credit, which would be $50 per port per stateroom. Or if you need to stay connected with home, you could take the Wi-Fi package. So in summary, you are choosing what you want to include within your own holiday. And most people, I would say 99% of people, tend to pick the bar and the speciality dining, because that's really where that true value for money is. But that's £99 for the whole cruise. A lot of people think it's £99 a day, but no, it's £99 for the whole cruise, and you get 2 benefits. Outstanding value. We've got a current promotion running at the moment. So Free at Sea, you still get the 2 packages, but we are working off of 30% off at the moment. So there's a really good pricing out there, and you still pay the £99, for example, and you can get the 2 packages on top. And we have a low deposit as well. So £50 per person if you were to book an NCL cruise. And that could be any cruise for this year, right up until 2023, and even some 2024 sailings as well. So really no risk attached. It's just putting a deposit down and pay the balance, obviously, nearer the time. Now, we do have an exclusive offer for Miles Morgan this morning, and I am willing to offer 50% off of the Free at Sea upgrade on 2021 sailings. So as I mentioned, we are back and we are going to be launching some new sailings for this year. So we have Norwegian Jade, for example, is doing the Greek islands from Athens from July. We have some Caribbean sailings in there as well from August. And we have a Western Mediterranean from Barcelona from September. So I will offer 50% off the Free at Sea upgrade. So respectively, you're paying £50 per person to choose 2 of those offers that I mentioned a second ago. So a great offer for you for this year, but absolutely, if you are looking at next year, we've got some amazing offers on that as well. Just ask Miles Morgan for more information. And of course, our low deposit. So here's just a little recap of what you can expect on board NCL. So we have our open bar, which is our premium beverage package. We have our specialty dining package, and we have our Wi-Fi package and the shore excursion credit as well. So just in summary then, if you're going to take anything away from today, I hope I've really covered a good snippet as to what NCL is all about. The biggest thing is it's all about freedom. It's all about flexibility. You holiday, you do what you want to do when you want to do it. You don't have to follow a timetable. You dine where you want to dine in all of our amazing choices of restaurants with who you want to dine with. There's no formal nights on board NCL. However, with NCL being freestyle, if you want to dress up one evening, absolutely do it. There's no rules. Accommodation, so we have our choices of accommodation, whether they be an inside cabin, right through to our haven suites and our solo cabins with no single supplement. Again, giving you, our customers, the choice at NCL. We have our Broadway style shows, whether that be Kinky Boots, Jersey Boys, Burn the Floor, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Amazing, vibrant shows that we're so very, very proud of. The destinations that we travel to, we go to 122 different countries. You can go to Europe, you can go to Asia, Australia, Caribbean, but even from Southampton, we have a ship that will go around Iceland and around Great Britain as well. And lastly, we've had some uncertain times this year, but I want to give you that peace of mind that when you sail on board NCL, all of those health and safety protocols will be rolled out and you will be so looked after, and just enjoy that peace of mind that if you do decide you wish to change your dates, you can do with no supplement as well. And that is it. That is literally it from me, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for listening. I am going to put my video back on so we can now go to any questions, and absolutely, if there is anything that I've not covered, then please just let me know. Thank you.
Blimey, that was comprehensive.
Too much.
I think one of the things instantly watching it is boredom clearly is not an option on an NCL cruise.
Definitely not.
Mountains of stuff to do. A few sort of comments. I'm not aware anybody else does those studios, Laura, where you've literally got no supplement.
Absolutely.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
it's something that we introduced, as I said to you back. We were the first to introduce them, and yeah, we have so many on board most of our ships. Usually the larger ships have got the solo staterooms, but no single supplement, and they have that lounge as well, which is lovely because it's a really nice little community.
I think that's fantastic. And if I could criticize you for anything in the presentation, it would probably be, I'd suggest you undersold how amazing the Haven is.
I know.
And particularly the facility upstairs, you know, the private area and stuff that Haven guests get. Yeah, it's exceptional, isn't it?
It really is. It's so exclusive that, and it's good value for money. You know, if you've got a family traveling together or a group of you that are, you know, you're celebrating something very special, the Haven is like a little enclave. It's a ship within a ship, right at the top. And you have got that private courtyard. The restaurant's private. Yeah, it's just very special, isn't it?
I thought it was amazing. I wished I was in a Haven when I'd seen the Haven, if that makes sense.
Yes,
and that's, you know, it's one of those sorts of things. You don't know what you haven't got until you see it, and then you go, oh, actually, blimey, that would have been amazing. And so I did think that was great. One of the things on costs, what sort of costs would people pay on board for the a la carte restaurants if they wanted to dine and they didn't have one of the packages?
Yeah, that's a good question. So with the a la carte restaurant, you're usually looking at around $25 to $30 per person. And like I say, it's off menu, 2 courses. And then, it's around the $25 per person mark.
Yeah, because certainly, I mean, and I speak from experience of doing this on NCL, buying one of the packages in advance is a smart move. You know, it does save you money. From a personal perspective, I don't want to dine in the a la cartes every single night. But in a 7-night cruise, I want 3 or 4, you know, dress up, have a real posh evening out nights. And that's what they cater for really, really well. Really well.
Absolutely. And you know, you couldn't go to a restaurant in London and experience what you do on board NCL for $25 each.
No.
You know, the standard of food in those restaurants, and then go and seeing a show afterwards and having a few drinks before, it's incredible value.
Couple of questions from Jan. One was about connecting cabins. Do you have connecting cabin availability?
Absolutely, yes. So some of our cabins are interconnecting, and we can certainly look at those prior to booking. They are in the brochure, and you can see what cabin numbers they are.
And that's in most grades?
Most grades, yeah.
Most grades, okay. And disabled passengers, what about them? What sort of facilities you got on board for them?
We've got some really lovely accessible cabins on board. And again, you know, they are good size accessible cabins. So again, we can certainly look at those beforehand. You can, in the brochure's got a section on accessible cabins, but we certainly cater for that. Yeah,
okay. I mean, I think, you know, the one thing probably for me that NCL stands out for, and I think it was the primary thing that you talked about, it is the flexibility and the lack of formality. And I think for people watching this, if that puts you off, I'm pleased about it, because you would be on the wrong ship with NCL. Because what NCL major on is that complete flexibility. It's a more casual experience, but equally within that, you've got the lovely dressing up options as well, if you want them. So you have kind of got the best of both worlds, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I would hate for people to be put off by the fact that they feel it's casual, because it's what I class as resort casual. So if you're going out when you're away on holiday in a hotel, you would probably go out reasonably smart. You know, but like you said, Miles, you have that choice to be able to dress up if you wanted to, and nothing, you wouldn't get let down.
I think what I was probably meaning is the kind of formality of the set dining times and all that sort of thing, which for a lot of people, you know, the standard dining times, the 2 nights where you dress up as a black tie, that sort of stuff. And for a lot of people, they love that about cruising. But that is not what NCL's about. No, NCL is a very different approach to that. And that's why, you know, what I love about doing these Zooms is I'm encouraged if I put people off traveling with holiday companies or cruise lines, because that for me is a big tick as well, because we don't want people going on the wrong ship. What you offer
want to enjoy it.
Is utterly sensational if that's the type of trip people want. And for me personally and my family, it was brilliant. We absolutely loved it. It was just what we were looking for. It was perfect. There are no other questions. Oh, crumbs, there might be another question in the chat. Somebody might be able to try to catch you out. Oh, do they still have the art classes on board?
Yes, they do. They do. Well, they did. I'm sure they still do. Yeah, they're beautiful art galleries on board.
Art classes.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware. I could check it out, but yeah, I know we did do them because I remember seeing them when I was on board. Yeah,
we can find out on that.
Yeah, of course.
Well, Laura, thank you. That to say that was comprehensive would be an understatement. It was very comprehensive. And I think what I love about doing these Zooms is it gives people a real clear picture of what the holiday company cruise line offers. And you did a brilliant job of that this morning. And like I say, if I could be critical in any way on your presentation, and normally salespeople, particularly you, are bloody absolutely full of it. But because you had so much to cover, for me, the Haven is just wonderful. And if I'd known about it a lot more before I went, I'd have probably booked it myself, but I still had an amazing holiday. It was tremendous.
Very, very
so, Laura,
special.
thank you very much. If anybody wants any information on any NCL cruises, if they want a brochure, if they want any information, your local shop will be able to supply it to you. If you don't know where your local shop is, then simply pop on our website and phone the 0800 number at the top, and they can put you in touch with the shop or even source you the brochure from there. But anyway, Laura, thank you for your time this morning.
You.
Really good of you. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And we'll catch up soon. Thanks.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a great bank holiday. Thank you.